Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And tonight we are going to be sharpening my Spyderco Paramilitary 2 with Maxamet steel, and we're gonna do the Bess test before, in the middle, after the stones, and then again at the very end we'll do a shaving test. And if you caught that little intro, yes, we got it to hair whittle. So follow me as we get to the sharpening of my Paramilitary 2. This is the Spyderco Maxamet Paramilitary 2 test, pre-test number 1. $271, $255, $273. So tonight we are sharpening the Spyderco Maxamet steel on my Paramilitary 2. We're going to start on the 400 grit. Now we want to check for a burr on the opposite side along the entire edge. All the way to the point. And I feel a burr all the way down. I should have checked on the other side, but I am used to knowing about how long I need to sharpen a side to create a burr. That just comes with the trade, but it's always great and best practice to check your burr. So now we're going to do forward alternating strokes. To minimize and reduce the burr. All right, and then we would move on to the next stone, which is the 600 grit. Here we are on the 600. And by going to the 600 here, we're removing the scratches that the 400 made. And replacing them with 600 grit scratches. So it's very much like sandpaper or sanding wood. You don't want to jump too much in the grit progression, so you wouldn't want to go from a 400 to say a 4000. This is where we should feel the burr. I feel it there, not as much here. And at the tip I feel it. So we're going to work this bottom area a little bit more. Now I feel it. So we're going to flip the knife over. And feel for a burr on the opposite side. There's a burr. Yep, yep, yep. All the way down. So we've got a burr. So now we go into our forward alternating strokes. To minimize that burr, and we want to get lighter and lighter with each pass. Alright, so we're done with the 600. We'll move to the 1000 next. Alright, so we are on the 1000 stone. This will be our last stone before we strop and go to the Bess tester. Get the stone nice and wet. Alright, and here we are. Now we'll feel for the burr on the top side. Oh yeah, there's one there. It's very small, but I can feel it. Okay, let's feel for our burr here. We definitely have a burr there. So now we're going to minimize that burr. All right, and we are done with the 1000 stone. So we'll dry it off, and then we will get to our stropping. Now, one thing that I do want to demonstrate is the importance of stropping after. So we're going to take our MagnaCut knife, or MagnaCut steel here, and we're going to do a series of 3 Bess tests. And then we're going to strop and compare it to the non-stropped versions. So let's see what we get here. $278. $235. And $242. So fairly consistent in the mid 200s. So let's do our stropping, come back and take a look and see what we get. So we are going to strop using the 4 micron diamond paste horse butt leather strop first. And you want to use about the weight of the knife, maybe a little extra pressure to start, but not, I'm not pushing down very hard. And then each time I go, I get lighter and lighter. And I might make like 3 passes or so on each side. And I get lighter and lighter until not even the weight of the knife is touching the strop. All right, so that was 3 passes on each side. And then I'm going to go to a 0.25 micron. Okay, wipe the blade one more time. And now let's see what our best test scores are. All right, so we have stropped the Paramilitary 2. This knife here, all the way down to a 0.25 micron, and we want to see what the differences are in the Bess test score. $195. $178. $196. So a bit better. Not my sharpest, but we'll do some other, we'll see if it's shaving sharp still. I don't know if you can see that arm hair. There you go. You should be able to see arm hair there. Well, I hope you got something out of that video. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this content with anybody that you think might like this. And as always, Dan for all out.